Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Our next guest on the program is Taryn Fritzsching from Troy Athens High School, heading into her senior year. High school flies by fast, doesn't it, Taryn?
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I feel like I was just in 2022 being a freshman and now I'm going into my senior year. I'm so excited though, and I'm can't wait for everything.
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, those are the memories. I think back. Obviously, I was a couple years before you, but and I didn't go to Troy Athens High School. But anyway, it was just like your senior year of high school is incredibly special. So, and obviously the relationships you build up to this point, all that stuff, it just helps kind of push you into that next level of life, which would be college and everything else. And you can deal with all that when it gets there, but savor the here and now, savor the present day. And I know, bringing you on, one of your teammates who has an opportunity to play at the next level, Kata Tasich. She's a high school basketball player, also a three-sport athlete, which I thought was really interesting. And you're talking with her about how playing three sports in high school has helped her, kind of cultivate everything that she needed to receive a scholarship offer. So, tell us a little bit about Kata Tasich and where she'll be headed next year.
So Kata Tasich, she goes to Troy Athens High School with me. We both play on the basketball team. But she just committed a few weeks ago to Rochester Christian University. I know she's very excited. She's very close to home. And she is Christian, so I know that's going to be a great community and environment for her. And she also does powerlifting and soccer on the side. She's a state and national champion. She's competed in both of those like tournaments, and I just know that she is so excited to play at the next level because that girl is the hardest worker I have ever seen.
No, that's incredible. And with you talking to her, like the powerlifting thing, that like stood out. Being a state champion and obviously like that's a club sport, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But then you have, with playing soccer and basketball, like, it's a lot. I mean, obviously with high school, just with your academics and everything else, but the challenges of going from like traveling for soccer and then doing basketball training, a lot of times she mentioned she'd be doing it like at home after practice, and then the CrossFit training to get her ready for powerlifting. We all think we work hard, but I really do feel like this Kata Tasich, like she is a worker.
She absolutely is. And she deserves it more than anyone I know.
The one thing I thought was cool when you were talking about about how you get in front of college coaches or the recruiting, and that can be a challenge for a lot of high school athletes. It's like, well, how do I get discovered, or how do I get my tape, in front of the right people? She called her parents, her recruiting agents, which I love because it shows how invested they are in their daughter, but also social media for what it is for a lot of our listeners. You think social media and you think it might just be mindless entertainment for some, but for others it can be a tool, to go out and get in front of coaches and things like that. Like, use every avenue you have.
Absolutely. I mean, she did get like a few offers from here and there, and so she was able to kind of reel her parents in, and ultimately she made the choice of Rochester Christian. And I know that the entire family is just so excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fit, and obviously we wish her all the success in the world. So, looking forward to having our listeners hear your interview with your teammate, your friend. This is Taryn Fritzsching with Kata Tasich from Troy Athens High School.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the SportsCaster Open Mic Show. I am Taryn Fritzsching, and today I'm here with my wonderful teammate, Kata Tasich. Kata, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Taryn. I'm so happy to be here.
I've known Kata since I was in sixth grade, and I've been playing basketball with her for almost 5 years now, which is absolutely crazy. But Kata just committed to Rochester Christian University, so I want to head into the first question. You made your basketball commitment earlier than a lot of people end up doing. So, what motivated you to make that decision, and how did you know that Rochester Christian was the right fit so soon?
Well, I had visited other colleges and received some offers from other colleges. And when I visited RCU, I felt a connection right away. They had the program that I was looking for, good academic and athletic scholarships for me, and a great and wonderful coaching staff. So, 2 weeks after I visited, and after much thoughts and prayers, I decided to call RCU home. There was no other reason to really wait.
Oh, that's so good. And obviously, I mean, Rochester Christian's so close to home, so you're going to be living at home, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
So Kata and I both go to Troy Athens High School in Troy, Michigan, but Kata is a multi-sport athlete, which is so important. So you powerlift, which by the way, Kata is a three-time, are you a state champion or a national champion?
Both.
Both, that's true. I did forget about that. Three-time state champion for the Troy Athens powerlifting team, and you also play soccer. So how did you get your start in both, and why did you decide to continue them into your senior year?
Well, ever since I was little, I had done CrossFit with my family and powerlifting. There's a lot of powerlifting in CrossFit itself. So by the time I came to high school and I was like, wow, this is so cool. There's lifting movements that I can compete at the state level and do. So I was like, I really want to do this. And the reason that I was able to do powerlifting at the same time of basketball, because they're both in the winter season, is because powerlifting is a club. So I was very fortunate to be able to do both, and I was forever grateful for that. So I took advantage, and it allowed me to just train for my strength in basketball and soccer. And so being able to play three sports throughout my high school career has been super fun, especially with competing at the state level for powerlifting and even going to nationals my ninth grade and sophomore year. So it's been a long ride, but it has been so fun to be able to compete in those sports. And all of those sports have provided me with such great communities and opportunities to do the things in which I love, which is why I'm continuing them.
No, that's so good. I mean, yeah, you guys went, was it the semifinals you Athens went to for soccer?
Yes. Yep. We
Yeah,
we fell short this year, but we had such a great run.
that's okay. Do you believe that being a multi-sport athlete gives you kind of an edge when you're on the court? And if so, how do you believe that shows up in how you play?
For sure. Being a three sport athlete definitely allows for some cross training to happen. Like with basketball movements, they can help with quickness, and soccer and powerlifting just helps with overall strength in all of those sports. But I believe that they do build on top of each other. And when it comes to competing in all those sports, they do give me an edge because it provides a sense of versatility as an athlete. And then in my game, it provides more confidence and physical ability.
Was there ever a moment that another sport, more like soccer, almost kind of pulled your focus away from basketball? And if so, like what kind of what kept you locked into basketball being your main sport?
There were many instances, but if I had to think of one specific one, this year specifically, I during the soccer season, and obviously that was a long soccer season for us because we continued to go far, which is super awesome and such a great experience. I was playing my last year of travel basketball. And so I missed oh, so many practices. I couldn't even count for travel basketball because I had to commit to soccer. Um, and I was going from soccer practice throughout the week to playing travel basketball on the weekends and traveling on the weekends. And so it was really hard because I sacrificed some basketball training time to commit to soccer and be there for my soccer team in that season. But there were times where I would go to soccer practice, and then when I got home from soccer practice, I was shooting hoops in my driveway because I missed having that basketball training so consistently, and it was hard because I lost that consistent feature. But I just stayed locked in because I remembered my end goal, that I wanted to play basketball in college, and that the work doesn't stop. And so, be it basketball being my favorite sport, I was like, I gotta figure out how I can build this in. And so, staying locked in was building in basketball somehow and still traveling with my teammates on the weekend.
So heading back to the whole commitment process in colleges, What was the recruiting process like for you?
So my recruiting process included my parents researching the right fit for me and Twitter. You could think of my parents as kind of like my recruiting agents because they were taking me on college visits, they were filming all the time, driving me everywhere and just supporting me. I wrote many college emails. Sometimes it took me like 4 hours to just write them out. They were personal because there were so many good colleges that could be the right fit for me. I posted a lot on Twitter. So many highlights on Twitter, so many updates in my life just to keep connected with coaches and different platforms on there. I went to several ID and elite camps just to be in the college atmosphere with college coaches and other players that wanted to play college basketball. So many basketball trainings that I went to. And so going into my junior year, I had several college coaches personal phone numbers. And so through that contact with them, that contact normally led to a few visits. And so after a long few years of searching for the right college, that's when I finally found RCU.
And my last question for you today, what about your playing style do you hope to bring to Rochester Christian?
Honestly, I really hope to bring my fire and energy, leadership and work ethic. On top of those, my skill and development and attitude are all things that I want to bring to RCU. But I really want to make a difference in the program, not just on the stat sheet, but also with the team and my personality.
All right. Well, I'm so glad that I could have you on the show today. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you, Taryn.
She was cool. Katarina Tasich, she goes by Kata. She is grounded. She's driven. She's smart. Combo guard who's going to be competing in girls basketball as a senior at Troy Athens this year before enrolling at Rochester Christian University, which is in Rochester Hills. But a very good interview conducted by our Taryn Fritzsching, SportsCaster.com contributor and a fellow Red Hawk basketball player at Troy Athens. So we appreciate that. And we appreciate all our guests for being on this week. We covered a lot of ground, I feel like, from college basketball to college volleyball to college football, men's and women's basketball, actually. So an informative show. Hope you guys got out of it what we got out of it on our end. And as always, you can catch Open Mic here on WJR every Wednesday night from 8 to 9 o'clock. Until next week, I'm Johnny Kane. We will see you next time.